Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and we are playing more Granblue Fantasy. Last time we were here, we took down the Holy Erste Empire. Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. We joined in the Erste Kingdom's assault of Vault's Island in an attempt to reclaim it from the occupying forces. The Holy Erste Empire, which we know is basically just an undercover operative division of the Eastavian Kingdom army. Because, well, the true king was behind the whole thing, and that's his place. Anyway, in the process, a couple of things that are notable happened. One, well, we basically killed Furious. We hurt him pretty bad, and he wasn't able to be healed. We were trying to get him to tell us where Lloyd was, because he was the one who last saw Lloyd. And reclaiming Lloyd, which is the golem that has Akasha sealed inside of it, was our major objective in coming to Vault's Island. The other thing that happened actually happened a little earlier, which was that we went to the cell where Spy was being held. Basically, we went in there. The queen was with us for no apparent reason and was incredibly reckless, but that's neither here nor there right now. So basically, we went in there. We split up. Our main crew went after Lloyd, whereas Sturm, Drunk, Orcus, those ones stayed behind to deal with the Golem girl, who was basically just was non-responsive at the beginning, but after a pep talk from the queen, she got a little bit better, basically saying, yeah, you're not gonna turn into this other person just because you take their stuff and kill them. You're you, and you'll always be you. Then the Violet Knight showed up and was like, yeah, I'm gonna, it's really unfortunate when my orders don't get carried out, because I ordered that golem be disposed of. And then he takes up, he starts posturing as though he's gonna do the deed himself. Sturm, Drunk, and Orcus obviously not too happy about that. They want to give the defense, but we do know that they're likely not a match for the Luminary Knights. However, at this point, Loki appears, and Loki takes up the mantle of the Violet Knight's opponent. And we know that Astrals are pretty potent adversaries. But it turns out that the Violet Knight just kind of, lowered his weapons when Loki said, it doesn't even really matter what happens here, does it? He's like, yeah, you're right. He's basically saying, as long as you don't interfere on the other side of things. And Loki just gave a cryptic response. And we learn a little bit later in some flashback sequences that, yeah, this was the deal that was made with between Furious and Loki when Loki was talking to him back on their ship. That Spy would become Loki's companion, ally. And yeah, Spies came in and saw that we had killed Furious, and was not happy, but Loki took her away, so that was probably good for her. Then there's basically three sort of things happening right now. One is that the Violet Knight has launched off. He's launched from vaults on his personal sky skimmer, which is carrying Lloyd, and he is heading toward Eastavian, the Eastavian Kingdom, Nahlegrande Skydom. But we do find out a little bit later that it's basically suicide to try to go directly there. So you have to go a little bit of a circuitous route and go through Nahlegrande in order to get to Nahlegrande. So that gives us time to catch up with the Violet Knight. So our main crew on the Grand Cipher, which is now fitted with the Grand Sleuth's Soul's engine. We go... first off, we take a stop in the Erste Kingdom to restock on supplies, because unfortunately, we lost all of those when our cargo hold got a bunch of holes in it. And yeah, we're gonna go and chase after the Violet Knight as soon as possible. And that during this time, Loki and his crew, because Loki has assembled some extra members for his crew. So it's Loki, Fenrir, Mikaboshi. Those are the ones we knew about. And then Spy, which is another one that we knew about. But then we find out that he is carting around Gandharva, you know, that big draft guy from the Amalthea arc, way back in the day. The one who sold out the Enforcers to the Empire. And then there's a rune man that he's traveling with that we don't really know anything about yet. Anyway, they showed up on Galonzo and had a little confrontation with Noah at the Grand Sleuth. And Loki was able to convince Noah and Walfried, who showed up about halfway through, that he really just wanted to get the Grand Sleuth, because that's why they were there. There's no real reason why they would be there otherwise. He wanted to get the Grand Sleuth so that he would have a ship that could essentially run alongside with our ship, the Grand Cipher. And he said there's no promise that we won't be adversaries, but he says this is that's kind of how things work in the skies. There's so many unknown factors. And, and so they were like, but there's no engine. But Loki says, well, as astrals, we are, as opposed to the sky realms, what do we call it? Fundamental quantities, I think? Something like that. Of rebirth and destruction. They're all about immortality and creation in the astral realm. So he is able to imbue the Grand Cipher's old engine, which has been installed on the Grand Sleuth, the one that's broken. Don't really know why they installed it, but I guess it's for preservation's sake. But he's able to imbue that engine with power once more using his astral abilities. And then they get on their ship and they cast off, and then we are ending the story arc where we'd had spent some time in Nahlegrande with our crew at the wall of the Grim Basin once more, using the sky map once more, but this time we are flying through, heading back into Nahlegrande in hot pursuit of the Violet Knight. So that's where we start today. Heading toward Gross Island, the abnormal sky. Let's see what's going on. Light advantage. Wow, we're doing an actual stage right off the bat. All right, we can do that. No problem. Yeah, I imagine that if the journey did not go smoothly, even if you had the map pieces, that would be whoever created the map pieces would be unhappy with that result. It's an ominous looking sky. So we've actually exited the Grim Basin, and this is Nahlegrande proper? Because that doesn't look good. You know, again, I have no idea.
何がどうなっているんだ。
風の流れもめちゃくちゃだぞ。こりゃ日差しがどうとかそういう状況じゃねえ。
不気味な力の気配がします。星の力よりももっと暗くて冷たい何かが。
So not astral power. Oh, it's otherworld stuff. So it's clearly otherworld power then.
隔離用の存在ね。ギルベルトの一件もあったけれど、ひとまず経路は閉じたはずだわ。
Yeah, but you gotta remember, there's more than one gate.
それがどうしてこんなところに。
くそ、これじゃ紫の騎士を追うどころの話じゃねえぞ。
I mean, we could, but yeah, that could be bad. I mean, if they're on the deck, we gotta take them down. Like, that would... I mean, it's just not an option to just leave them there. Alright, alright. Let's do this. I don't actually know how much HP these things have. But given that there are 3 enemies, we probably have to go full auto. Part 3 enemies, I guess it's not really Arc 3, Part 3. Besides, we also have, garbage stats because we're using 2, EXP bonus summons. Just gotta be aware of the fact that we have garbage stats. Then Albert refreshes his skills, and then he's unable to move again. Gotta love Albert. Albert is way worse without his extended mastery skill, because he can't attack when he's got the electrified on, unless he has that at max. Well, technically there's a chance if he has it at less than max, but he has to have it. He has to have it in order to attack when he's electrified. Okay, so clearly something bad is going on here in Nahlegrande. Yeah. Yeah, it's very bad, actually. These otherworld entities are just, they're very weird, and what we've seen so far, they're very swarmy. They swarm up a lot and just kind of, attack in numbers. Yeah. Yeah, we made it back. Yeah. Have we got an unbelievable story for you? I mean, you could just tell him the short version. We were launched back up by a whale.
今このナルグランデ空域に一体何が起きているんだ。
確かに今はそっちが先だな。再開して早々で悪いが、お前らも手を貸してくれるか。
まずは順を追ってお話ししますね。グレートウォールをめぐる騒動の後、イデルバは大小いくつかの軍閥に分かれていました。
Okay. That makes sense.
空の底に落ちたお前たちの捜索がどうにも手詰まりになっちまってな。国がごたついてるのを放っておくわけにもいかない。だから俺たちはイデルバに残った。
Well, you actually have a duty to do that, so it makes sense. Unless you're gonna, leave
イデ
the
ルバ国王を
military.
正式に退位した陛下は白沢さんを連れて国を離れ、それをきっかけとしてイデルバは軍閥を束ねる形で共和国として生まれ変わりました。
Okay.
国の基礎を固めるお手伝いをして役目を終えた私たちは国を出ようとした。その矢先でした。
Yeah, I mean, I
何の
imagine.
前触れもなく奴らの侵攻が始まった。そこからはあっという間だ。
With Rem being in the state that it
今は
is,
とにかく国を守ることで精一杯だ。お前たちもここに来る途中で奴らに襲われただろう。
this would be the most convenient time for them to engage in governmental restructuring.
空の色はもう見たな。空は奴らのものになっちまった。奴らを撃退できる手だれがいなけりゃ船も出せねえ。物流も何もかも麻痺しちまった。
Sorry, one second.
奴らを撃退できる手だれがいなけりゃ船も出せねえ。物流も何もかも麻痺しちまった。
Okay, so that's basically saying that the flow of goods and everything has been paralyzed. So that's, yeah, under siege is actually not a bad way of saying that.
島への侵攻も始まっているんです。グロース島も辺境の住人は軒並み首都に避難させました。
Yeah, I imagine if you were in a rural area and you would need to evacuate in this situation.
皆で固まって防衛線を張り、なんとか侵攻を防いでいる状態です。
So they're
ま
holding
るで
on.
戦争だな。
I mean, you could call it a war. The other side isn't really a country, but you could definitely call it a war.
実は団長さんたちが来る少し前に別の来客があったんです。
厄介なことになってる。カインは今そいつから目を離せないんだ。
厄介って隔離用の存在が攻めてきてるのに、それ以上に厄介なことなんて。
There are a few things that could be. I mean, like, what if the true king came here and was just like, hey, entertain me? I mean, you gotta keep an eye on the guy.
団長、よかった。戻ってこれたんだな。
Hi, Kine. How's it going?
お、来たね。お疲れ。大変だったでしょ、ここまで。
Hello, Violet Knight.
厄介な客ってのはこういうことか。
しかしこいつは行幸だ。追ってた相手が今こうして目の前にいるんだからな。
Yeah, I mean, he's the whole reason why we're here. Yes, let's have a fight in Elva Guest Room.
逃がしはしない。ロイドはここで返してもらうぞ。
ああ、そうね。そうそう。君たちの目的はわかるんだけど、今はちょっと話を聞いてほしいな。
What do you have to
逃
say
げ
to
も
us?
隠れもしないから、それならいいでしょ。話を聞くくらい。というかね、 逃げられないのよ、これが。僕も困ってるわけ。
He can't run away, so he's in a little bit of trouble. All right. Well,
困ってる？だからまっすぐ進まないでここに寄り道してるの？
そう、正解。君たちも見たでしょ。隔離用の住人が攻めてきてるの。おかげで小流域が開かなくなっちゃって、ナルグランデから出られないのよ。
so something a little bit different in the Violet Knight's speech here. He doesn't call them the otherworldly beings the way that they're usually called. Most people call them Kakurio no Sonzai. Just, existences, beings of the other world. But he calls them residents of the other world, as though the other world is a physical place. Doesn't really matter, but it's something that I wanted to bring it up because it is different, but it doesn't look different in the English text.
小流域が開かない。
So the other world beings are here and are not letting.
私たちは
We can't get the
今
Grim
しがた
Basin to
小流
open
域を
from
開
this
い
side.
て
Is that what's
ナ
going
ル
on?
グランデにやってきたばかりだが。
Yeah, we entered, but we weren't opening it from Nahlegrande.
ああ、そうね。言い方が悪かったね。ナルグランデに入ってから今度は逆にファータグランデ戻ろうとしてみた。
The otherworld beings could possibly swarm in.
やってごらんなさいよ。開かないから入れはするけど出られないのよ。
Okay, so it just won't open right now. Interesting.
小流域には檻としての機能もあるのね。悪いものを閉じ込めて逃がさないための。
Interesting.
隔離用に空が侵食された時点で他空域への被害を防ぐために中からもう出られない。
I mean, it makes sense.
つまり隔離用の進行を止めない限り僕もイスタバイオンには行けないのよ。
Well, sucks to be you, I guess.
それで困ってるのは分かったけど、それでなんで入れる場にいるんだよ。
任務の都合ももちろんあるけど、そもそも隔離用の進行は僕らにとっても見過ごせるものじゃない。
Hold on. Say that again.
任務の都合ももちろんあるけど、そもそも隔離用の進行は僕らにとっても見過ごせるものじゃない。
Okay, so this is kind of a mixed up line. So he's saying, so why are you in Adelva? He's saying, there are things related to my mission. But from the beginning, the otherworld invasion into the Sky Realm isn't something we can overlook. Yeah, that's about right.
僕らは多少無茶もするけど、基本的には空の世界の味方なのよ。
Okay.
そこでこの空の危機に対し全ての国で団結して対抗できないかななんて思うわけ。
I mean, yeah, the other world does seem like
共
the
通
kind of
の
thing.
敵がいるんだから、ここは手を組もうじゃないの。
Does seem like the kind of thing you would want people to ally against.
うんうん。分かってもらえたなら何より。
Wait, what did we say? Oh, I see. We said nothing.
いや、悪いことは重なるもんでね。実は今ドルザが動けない状態なのよ。僕の親戚レム王国国王ね。ああ、君たち面識あるでしょ。
レム王国国王ってあの小太りのおっさんか？
Oh, so he survived?
だから今僕がレム王国を指揮してるわけ。ギルベルトのせいもあって内政がぐちゃぐちゃだったもんでさ。
Alright.
おかげでカクリオが攻めてきた原因究明に動けない。そりゃそっちの若将軍さんも同じでしょ。
そうだ。レオネたちから聞いてるかもしれないが、今は国を守るだけで精一杯なんだ。
So what? We're gonna have the crew do the heavy lifting here? Is that the deal?
虫のいい話だっていうのは分かってる。団長たちに頼ってばかりで不甲斐ないとも思ってる。
Yeah, alright.
でも今俺たちの力だけじゃカクリオの進行を止められそうにない。団長、このナルグランデを救うためにもう一度力を貸してもらえないか。
Alright.
団長、すまない。恩に切る。
I mean,
ナルグ
fundamentally,
ランデのために戦うってのに異論を挟む気はねえが、
fundamentally we are
紫の騎士さんよ、あんたは俺たちにとっちゃ間違いなく敵だ。
just saying that we're definitely still enemies.
神聖エルステの裏で糸を引いてファータグランデを荒らしたことを忘れたとは言わせねえぞ。
Yeah, for real. That was messed up.
そうね。私たちとあなたはそうやすやすと共闘できる間柄じゃないわ。
まあそうね。任務のことを否定するつもりはないけど、君たちがそう思うのも当たり前だね。
Well, yeah.
物分かりはいいじゃねえか。それなら取引と行こうぜ、紫の騎士さんよ。
Like he started a war back in our
この
home.
カクリオの剣が片付いた暁にはロイドを俺たちに引き渡してもらうぜ。
Technically, he probably
そ
can't
い
do
つ
that.
は聖少獣アーカーシャは危険すぎる。神王には渡せねえ。
うん。
Because he's under pretty specific orders to get Lloyd.
しょうがない。さっきも言ったように、僕らは空の世界の味方だからね。
Yeah, but nothing says he's not gonna try to double cross us
守
later.
るべき世界がカクリオに侵食されちゃ元も子もない。
And that is definitely true.
そもそもカクリオの侵攻が止まるまで僕もナルグランデを離れられないからね。それじゃあ僕はレムで国を守りながら待ってるから。
Yeah, I mean,
今までの事件みたいにちゃちゃっと解決しちゃってよね。
Yeah, I mean, it does suck that then that nobody else is going to be really moving.
悪い
But
が本当に
hey,
団長たちにもいろいろ旅の目的があったってのに。
what are we going to do?
まあしかし最終的にこれはいい方向に転んだようだ。
Hey, if we think about it like
そもそ
this,
も大変なことになってる空を放っておくなんてできないもん。
if we think about it like this, though, like we were probably going to be coming to Nahlegrande anyway, even if we weren't having to chase after the Violet Knight, just because we need to continue our journey toward East Lucia, right? But we only have Fontagrande's sky map pieces, so we would need to come back to get Nahlegrande's sky map pieces in order to move on past there, right? I mean, maybe we could go a different direction, but we don't really know what else is available.
この方がまあ分かりやすいだろ
ははちげえね。これで隔離用の奴らの問題に集中できるってもんだ。
Yeah, if we can't leave,
でも急がないと使える時間はあまりないわ。
if we can't leave, then we'll be able to focus on the problem.
紫の騎士には追いついたけれど、隔離用の進行が進めば進むほどどの国も苦しくなってくるもの。
Yeah, I mean, we'll do what we can. That's for sure.
それに早くロイドを取り返してオーキスちゃんたちを安心させなきゃですもんね。
Yeah, we gotta get back Lloyd, and we've gotta, what is it, destroy Akasha. We did receive the request to do
やる
that.
ことは決まったし、さっさと片付けちまおうぜ。
I think the actual thing that we were requested to do is return Akasha to the like formless concept that it used to be. Something like that. Well, it's up to us. Okay. I saw what was in the blurb there. And yep, that would be where I would be going first, because we remember when we first were here in Nahlegrande, we heard that there was another otherworld gate on Bestia Island. Specifically, it was Echidna who was designed to tap into the otherworld, right? Yeah, the primordial scar, whatever that means. Makes sense. Hello.
の野郎。たく、わんさか湧いてやがるぜ。グロース島と比べて連中の数が尋常じゃねえ。
隔離用と空をつなぐ道が開きっぱなしになっているみたいね。
I mean, that can't be a good thing.
エキドナに何かあったんだわ。隔離用との経路はあの子の力によるものだもの。
そうだよね。 それに前は私たちが島に来たらすぐに出迎えてくれたのに。
Do you really think that she would be doing that at a time like this?
ルリア
I don't.
島に聖少獣の気配はあるだろうか。ギルベルトの件でこのベスティエ島にいた聖少獣たちは眠りについているはず。
It's true. That did happen.
活動している聖少獣の気配があれば、それはおそらくエキドナのものだ。
それが今はとにかく隔離用の力が強すぎて島の様子が全然わからなくて。
Yeah, I expected as much. Gloria's powers.
それなら目視で探すしかねえ。そこまで広い島じゃねえんだ。しらみつぶしに当たりゃ見つけられるはずだ。
Ultimately are not that reliable. At least when it comes to sensing things.
隔離用のやつらには気をつけながらとにかく進んでみようぜ。
Yeah, so with what we've got here, this is a rare moment where I can say something where I'm really complaining about the Granblue Fantasy interface. Because, like, say what you will about it, but it's usually perfectly sufficient. But what it can't really do is a chapter that is in more than one place at once.
任せろ、こっちだ。
Alright, we had 2 nodes on Gross Island, and then we're over in Bestia now. So.
一丁上がりだ。カタリナ、怪我はねえか。
That is not what he said there. He's just saying, like, yeah, you know, we did it, essentially. I get that it's like, oh yeah, it's you know, like trash talking thing, but it makes him like seem like it's like, oh yeah, I'm the best.
すまない、手間をかけさせた。
But that's not what he did.
んなこといちいち気にすんな。どっから敵が湧いてくるか分かったもんじゃねえんだからな。
But we're all still playing into Catalina's loss of confidence arc.
俺も気が回らないかもしれねえ。ルリアはカタリナと団長でしっかり守ってやれよ。
はあ、タイタンスーツに続いて今度は隔離用の住人か。ん？いや、大丈夫だ。どうということはないさ。
Alright. If you say so.
カタリナ、最近よく怖い顔してる。ダメだよ、一人で悩んじゃ。私も気空団のみんなも一緒にいるんだから。
Luria specifically saying she's often seeing Catalina
心
making
配させているならすまない、ルリア。だが大丈夫だ。これは私の問題だからな。
seeing Catalina making a scary expression often recently.
ねえ、カタリナ、やっぱり。
キャー
What?
なんだ今の悲鳴。今のはエキドナの声じゃなかったけど。
That was a completely ridiculous voice.
にわかには信じられないが、今このベスティエ島に私たち以外の何者かがいるのか。
とにかく助けに行きましょう。
I mean, it's entirely possible. Oh, excuse me. It's entirely possible.
もういやね。
Oh, hey,
靴が
it's
汚れちゃったわ。
that guy from Loki's crew. Hello. How are you doing?
あんたか。さっきの悲鳴は。
私のはしたない声、聞かれちゃってたのね。
So
ごめんなさいね。ちょっと驚いちゃっただけなの。
here's the thing. We got to talk about this guy for a second. We don't know anything about him, but what we can tell about him is that he is affecting, well, it is a feminine tone, feminine speech patterns in the Japanese language. He's basically being very effeminate. That's all I can say. He doesn't, for runes, right? Because runes are all, doesn't really matter which, if it's male or female. They do have a lot of like back exposure and side exposure, skin exposure. This guy definitely fits in with. He's not actually dressed particularly flamboyantly or anything.
貴殿はここで何をしている？
Like the colors are actually really muted.
見ての通り、今このベスティエ島は非常に危険な場所だ。一人でうろつくべきじゃない。
So it's basically just tones and expression choice.
一人じゃないわ。こう見えて、今は気空団の一員なんだもの。
Okay. So.
ってことは、俺たち以外にも事態の解決に乗り出してた奴らがいたってことか。
Maybe.
そうでもなけりゃ、このタイミングでわざわざベスティエ島には来ねえよな。
I mean, it wouldn't be a convenient place to be.
それはどうかしらね。
あ？
I mean, he's just being enigmatic for no reason. Don't worry about it.
あら、私の声を聞きつけたのはあなたたちだけじゃなかったみたいね。
Yeah, I mean.
ごめんなさい。
Yeah.
少し手を貸してもらえるかしら。
More otherworld
集まってきてる閣僚の住人を一掃しないとゆっくりお話もできないわ。
I imagine it would be hard to take multiple, many steps on this island without running into these things.
私の名前はネセサリアよ。気軽にネスって呼んでちょうだい。末永くよろしくね、団長さん。
Necessaria. Okay. Ness, if we were. Okay, sure.
私のオリジナルブレンド、素敵でしょ?
I mean, that's kind of nice. We like free debuffs. I mean, we're automatically gonna apply a bunch of debuffs, so it's not that big of a deal. But it doesn't hurt. As usual, debuffs are nice. Plus, with that effect coming in, it makes it clear that Necessaria is actually participating in this fight. Like, he's actually helping us, as opposed to a lot of those other fights where, like, the crew would engage an enemy and then with no help, and then the NPC on the other side would be like, "Whoa, real hard fight we had there, right?" It's like, we didn't do anything. I gotcha. Alright. Moving right along. Getting some EMP levels. We always appreciate those. Alright. That is another node with another battle. Good stuff.
これでもう 見える範囲に隔離用の住人はいないわね。お疲れ様。ごめんなさいね。前線を任せちゃったりして。
I sang sorry for letting you, for relying on you to be the front line, which I can totally understand. There are frontline and backline combatants. Those things do exist. However, the vast majority of our crew is also rear-line combatants. With Rackham, Eugen, Rosetta, and Io. And even Luria, if you count that. And technically, our main character, the captain, could also be in a class that is a rear-line fighter. So, Catalina's really the only heavy lifter on that front. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really know that much about them before we came to Nahlegrande.
どうやって隔離用のことを知ったのかしら？
なあなあ、それにさっきこいつの名前を呼んでたよな。どうして名前を知ってんだ？おいらたちまだ自己紹介なんてしてねえよな。
I mean, the suspicions are quite logical.
ま、隠す気はなかったんだもの。バレちゃって当然よね。
ってことはお前。
探したよ、ネセサリア。
Well, why did you show up right here? That's convenient timing. Also, hi Loki, how's it going?
こんにちは、団長さん。そこのエルーンは僕の気空団の新入りなんだ。ありがとう。世話になったみたいだね。
That's a little rude. Why did they make Loki sound rude there? He's just saying that man is an addition to his crew, like the Skyfaring crew. Menagerie makes it seem like he's assembling a zoo or something. Anyway, continuing right along. He is, of course, still sounding incredibly flippant, but that's just how Loki is.
こんなわけわかんねえやつを助けるなんて相変わらずのお人よしだな。
Here's the thing. Fenrir just said the thing. It's not in the English text. But she's just called our crew is essentially, it's not a one-to-one translation, but the thing that we always call them, good-hearted idiots. Yeah, so this is like, why did you save some like ridiculous guy like this? Which, to be fair, Necessaria, kind of weird. He's out here acting weird. Not that he's not in his tone of voice or anything like that. Not in his expressiveness. No, he's acting weird because he's out in the middle of Bestia Island alone, with like otherworld stuff swarming all around. That's what makes him weird. But yeah, then the second line is, of course, the thing where we're called the good-hearted idiots. I appreciate it, Fenrir.
腕は落ちてねえみてえで、俺様は安心したぜ。基地用の騎士だのなんだのと、面白い奴らと一戦やってきたらしいじゃねえか。
Sounds like, not looks like, but yeah. Like he's heard it.
その鍛えた力。俺様に見せてくれよ。減るもんじゃねえし、いいだろ。
Gandharva, you weren't all that tough the first time. We'll take you down again if you want.
なぜ貴様がロキと行動を共にしている？
It's because he gets to fight stuff.
大した理由じゃねえ。俺様には大義もクソもねえからな。ロキについてきゃ空域を越えて強いやつに会える。それで十分なんだよ。
This guy's really simple. It's not hard to understand what makes him tick.
最悪当てが外れても ロキは星の民で聖少獣も連れてやがる。
He, of course, is bringing up that
星の
Loki
民
is
といや
an
伝説の
astral.
侵略者だ。相手にとって不足はねえ。楽しませてくれるだろ。
I think Loki would wipe the floor with you.
怖いな、まったく。
And Loki's not like someone you can really mess with.
ツバイちゃん、
Hello.
私たちワルツでのユリアさんのことは。いい、分かってるから。私たちは侵略者で、あんたたちはあの空域の人たちのために戦ってた。あんたたちは正しいことをした。分かってる。だから恨んだりしないし。でも今の私には受け入れられない。あんたたちのことを考えたくない。
Doesn't want to think about us. Alright, fair enough. I mean, honestly, it's not a bad response.
そう、険悪にならないでもらっていい？私がすっごいやりにくいんだけど。
Hello.
事態は思った以上に深刻だよ。今は内輪で揉めてる場合じゃない。
I mean,
ミカちゃんよね。なんか雰囲気が。教会でのことは忘れて。何もかも全部。これが本来の私だから。
again, not a wrong implication here. But yeah, she's saying that she's telling us, forget about everything that you saw in the Edgelands. Like that's, you know, hold on.
教会でのことは忘れて。何もかも全部。
Yeah, just
これが
forget about what you saw in
本
the
来の私だから。
Edgelands. You know, no matter what it is, everything, because this is me.
全部って、それじゃ一人はどうなるのよ。安くしどりのことを口にするな。あの子は私の娘だ。
Mm-hmm.
言われなくても決着はつけるよ。私のことを裏切ろうと、あの子が娘であることは変わらない。
Okay.
あ、
So what are you doing here, Loki?
それでなんだ。事態は思った以上に深刻ってのは一体どういうことだ。
分かった。今ナルグランデに起きていることは私の責任でもあるから。
Oh, so it's your fault. Okay. Well, alright. That at least gives us a good information source. What?
へえ、紫の騎士がね
それで
Why are you saying
こ
that
の
in
状
such a
況は何
mysterious
がどう
way?
なってるの？隔離用との経路の話はエキドナから聞いてる？
She did say something about that, yeah.
大まかには。それで私たちはあの子を探していたところなの。
What?
見つからないよ、多分。
おいおいおい、エキドナがいなきゃ隔離用につながる道を閉じられないんだろ？
そ そう。だから閉じない。閉じてない。エキドナが無事なら、とっくにカクリオの進行は止まってる。
Okay, so the fact that the invasion is continuing is proof that Echidna's
理由
in
はわからな
bad
い。
shape.
けど、エキドナはカクリオに落ちた可能性が高い。
Like, literally fallen? Or, like,
そのせいで、
transported?
エキドナの力がカクリオの住人に乗っ取られたんだ。カ
Interesting.
クリオにしてみれば、厄介だった門の鍵と門番がまとめて手に入ったようなものかな。
Okay.
どうやらカクリオに鍵と門番を取り返しに行く必要がありそうだね。
That sounds dangerous.
あら意外。星の民ってこういうことは静観するものだと思ってたわ。
そういやそうだな。どういう風の吹き回しだよ。
原初の傷。カクリオは星の民にとっても忌避すべき存在なんだよ。
Right.
被害を広げないよう小流域が閉じたというのは、星の民にとってもカクリオは危険だからだ。
Dangerous, dangerous stuff. Oh man, sorry about that.
そもそもだからエキドナを置いたんだろう。
そうだよ。カクリオの力を使おうとしたのも、グレートウォールを作ったのも、すべては他の空域の星の民を殲滅するためだったからね。
So this whole situation is her fault.
お前、見た目の割に面白いこと考えるじゃねえ
So
か。
basically, she wanted to do
とにかく、
with
ロ
Echidna
キたちはどうあれ、私は事態の解決に協力する。
the same thing that the True King did with Gilbert with the Great Wall, right? Like give it a power supply. That makes sense.
さっきも言ったように、今のカクリオからの進行は私にも責任があるから。
でもこれでとりあえず何をすればいいかが決まりましたね。
Maybe.
なんとかしてエキドナさんをカクリオから助け出さないと。
しかしカクリオターな。確か死んじまったもんの世界だろう。どうやって助け出しゃいいんだか。確かに事態は深刻だな、おい。
Yeah, that seems pretty difficult to deal with. Like, is that a
問
physical
題がそれだ
place?
けならまだ良かったんだけど。
Oh, you got more problems to talk about? Okay.
エキドナが空に戻ればカクリオとの経路を閉じることができるはずだわ。それでカクリオからの進行が止まれば事態は解決なんじゃないかしら。
カクリオからの進行は止まるよ。でもそれだけじゃ侵食された空は元には戻らない。今空の色も風もおかしくなってるのは、あなた
Right.
たちもわかるよね。
So it's probably bad for you. If it's being brought up here.
カクリオに侵食された空を元に戻すには、エキドナの力とはまた別のものが必要になる。別のものって？
クーズのかけらだね。あれには空そのもののあらゆる情報が凝縮されてる。
Okay.
小流域を開く鍵というのは空図のかけらの用途の一つ、一側面でしかないんだ。
Well, we don't really understand them all that well because they're not
あなたたちは空図のかけらを集めてファ
artifacts.
ータグランデ空域からこっちに来たんだよね。
Yep.
必要な数は10個だったかな。ファータグランデ空域なら。ナルグランデ空域はファータグランデ空域よりも狭いから必要なのは4つ。ナルグランデ空域の島と契約してる聖少獣から4つの空図のかけらを得る必要がある。
4つか。
One of those is absolutely a kidnap.
一つはもう持ってるよね。クルーガー島のマスターからもらったやつ。
クルーガー島聖少獣アンティキティラか。
Yep, that is what we
他
got.
はまだ手に入れちゃいねえが、いくつか目星はあるな。
Probably Ganesha. Definitely a Echidna.
それこそエキドナもこのベスティエ島と契約していたから空図のかけらを持っているはずね。
あとはレム王国のガネーシャか。カゴがどうこう言ってたからな。
So where's the fourth one?
多分島と契約してるんだろう。
Yeah, this is probably not a good thing.
うん。
That's why it's brought up as a
なあ
problem.
なあ、それでいくとあと一つ足りないんじゃねえか。
目星がついたものも含めてこれで3つか。残り1つはどこにあるんだ？
You gotta say it.
ない。4つ目の空図のかけらはない。4体目の聖少獣を配置する前に私はグレートウォールに封印されちゃったから。
Yeah, that would be problematic.
敵がすっごく強いっていうのは今までにあったけど、こういう場合どうすればいいの？
Well, this isn't anything related to enemies at all. This is just mismanagement.
だなこいつは。ノラの聖少獣でも探してこいってか？
That wouldn't help.
ねえ、ちょっと待ってちょうだい。
何？私だって失敗したとは思ってるけど。
避けろ！後ろだ！
Thing's got a weird face. I know that's a strange thing to say, but that's my first impression. Okay. Are we standing on the edge of the island again? Because we really gotta stop doing that. Oh, well, that is a different thing. That, you know, I can't blame you for that one. Voids in the air, that's not something I can really, blame you for getting caught by.
嘘。
well, goodbye, I guess. I'm not gonna lie though, I do like this. I actually do like this story arc because we get to see the crew working with Loki's crew, and you know, working with one of the luminaries in like a strained, tenuous relationship. So they're using Echidna's power to try to like eat people. Okay, I gotcha.
ベスティエ島と契約しているエキドナの力は島全体に影響する。
And I also like the level of tension that we get in this arc.
今、閣僚の住人たちはこのベスティエ島のどこからでも行き来ができるということなの。
There's a lot of problems that seem very difficult to solve. Hello, otherworldly beings.
こりゃいい。殴り合う相手にはこと書かねえな。
You know what? Go for it, man. That's all I can say. No, let him at it. Interesting. So it's after B. What does that mean? Could just be random targeting. But it could be purposeful. Goodbye then. But we need Rackham. We can't fly the airship without him. Catalina, you gotta stop trying to match strength for strength against giant opponents and like mechanical monsters. You are human. You gotta not think that you're strong enough to do that. Alright, well. Goodbye, I guess. That's not good. I mean, they're probably not dead. But
動けるかい団長さん。さっきも言ったようにカクリオの進行は僕たちにとってもまずい状況だ。
Yeah, we gotta do this.
そ
We
れ
gotta
ど
do
ころじゃ
something.
ないかもしれないけど、今はとにかくここを脱出することだけを考えよう。
Sounds good.
何しろ数が多い。協力してここを突破するんだ。背中は任せたよ団長さん。
Specifically Loki, you gotta reverse this. Loki is saying that he is entrusting his back to us. So he's saying that his side will handle the bulk of the fighting. Alright, time to do some work. See, it looks like we are taking turn-based damage because of Luria not being around. Okay. Well, that was a win. Alright. Well, things are going badly. Well, that's what we're gonna go with. Things are going badly.
Yeah. わからないわ。今の状態では何も。
あれは多分カクリオにつながる穴ね。あそこからカクリオの子たちがゾロゾロ出てきていたし。
He is, of course, saying that that's probably a hole that's connected to the other world.
じゃあ、ルリアたちはカクリオに
In a way, that's convenient.
さあ、それは。
If that's
カクリオに
true.
落ちたんだろうね。三日星も含め、あの黒い穴に飲まれた者は全員。
He's not saying losses. He's saying that 4 people were essentially swallowed up by those holes.
状況が状況だ。下手に楽観視しない方がいい。
Well, it could be convenient in that they can find a kid while they're there. I mean, everything else around here sucks. But...
万事解決だったんじゃねえのか。
仮に彼らを倒し続けても、連れて行かれた者たちは帰ってこないよ。
That's why they need a echidna.
それに、無尽蔵に出てくる兵と、どこにでも開く落とし穴があるんだ。そもそも戦いにすらならない。事態を解決しない限り、応戦することすら危険だ。
Yeah, we can't really engage on Bestia Island if Echidna's powers can be used here. If they can't be used in the rest of this kingdom, we should be able to engage over there. But
確かに
yeah.
これ以上ベスティエ島にとどまるのは危険だわ。
So we should leave.
でもよ、
団長さんだって万全の状態ではないでしょ。休むにしてもここじゃ危ないわ。
It is not time to stop and talk. Why are we stopping and talking? Let's go.
「お前さんは確かに団長だがよ、年長者として今のお前さんを戦わせるわけにはいかねえよ。
I mean, it's not like Skyfarer crews are
フラフラしてるし
militaries or
よ。
anything.
前もよく見えてねえんじゃねえか。
So yeah, I mean, you might expect usually the orders would be followed, but sometimes they wouldn't be.
船
I
に
could
乗りな
expect.
よ。ここだってまだベスティエ島だ。いつ連中が出るかもわからない。
Okay. I mean, I'm game to do what you say.
ここで君の旅が終わってしまうことは僕にとって耐えられそうにないからね。
That's not really what he says. He picks a different phrase. He just says that he doesn't think he could endure it if he had to watch the end of our journey here. Do we have another pilot that can actually fly the Grand Cypher? Because Rackham got sucked up. No? Yes? Nobody knows? Kluger Island. No. I don't want to talk to Zan. Please, don't make me talk to that guy. Okay, so we're on the Grand Cypher. Now what?
「見る影もねえな。青の少女がいないとこんなことになっちまうのか。
I mean, she's like literally her existence is
そんなこと言いに来た
keeping
の？
the captain alive.
気が済んだならさっさと自分たちの船に戻りなさいよ。
Because otherwise we were killed by a Hydra.
俺だって好きでここにい
A
るんじゃ
Hydra,
ね
you know.
え。俺はあくまでロキの付き添いだ。ロキの用が済むまでは動けねえんだよ。
What's going on, Lucky?
それでお前さんは何の用なんだ？俺たちは早いとこ団長を休ましてやりてんだがな。
見届けに来たのさ。これが最後の別れになるかもしれないからね。
Uh-huh. I doubt that. But that's mostly just because I know that the game has a lot more chapters.
やれやれ。最後の言葉がそんな悪態になってしまってもいいのかい？
いい加減にしてもらえるかしら。今私たちはあまり余裕がないわ。
それじゃあ手短に少しばかり僕の話を聞いてほしい。まず僕たちは僕たちで動くことがあるから、カクリオの件は君たちに任せるよ。
Now, why would you say that? What other matters could be so important?
三日星については惜しいとは思うけれど、本人も言っていたように自業自得だ。
Yeah, I mean that's fair. This is her fault.
何せ横島な目的のために閣僚との経路を持つ青少銃を作ったのは彼女自身だからね。それと団長さんの状態についてだけど、閣僚は遠くて近い場所だ。死そのものと思えばいい。人の死なない場所なんてないだろう。
Okay, so two things. Okay, so she's saying that it is essentially the concept of death itself in the world. Also, he's asking about a place where people don't die.
聖者の世界とは決定的に違う。けれど、影のように常にすぐ隣にある世界。
What about a place where time doesn't exist? Yeah, yeah.
聖者の世界と始まりを同じとし、終わり、喪失、死を司る。それが閣僚だ。星の世界にはない。空の世界独特のものだね。どちらが先かは知らないけれど。ごめんよ。確かに話がそれた。とにかく閣僚はそれほど離れた場所じゃない。だから君はまだ生きてる。
Yeah, so Luria's still alive. That's why we're fine. Sort of.
君はまだ生きてるんだよ。死んじゃいない。だからあとは君次第だ。
Right, okay.
そりゃそうだけどよ。でもこの状態じ
ゃ。さて、
No.
僕たちもあまり時間がないからね。行こうか、フェンリル。
相変わらずお前はそういうやつだよな。
I mean, he made a big deal out of coming over here to say something, but he didn't really say anything of any value.
あいつ。
I mean, ultimately,
深く考えるんじゃねえ。ああいう手合いの言うことには大した意味はねえのさ。
he says there's nothing
それは
particularly meaningful
ど
about
う
what
か
he
しら
said.
ね。
No, he really didn't say anything meaningful. He came over and said, "You're not dead. What you do from what happens from now on is up to you." That doesn't mean anything.
行こうったって。お前、体は大丈夫なのかよ。
We gotta go. We gotta
苦
make
しいでしょう
progress.
ね。でもロッキーが言っていたように確かにまだ生きているわ。それって裏を返せばルリアちゃんもまだ生きているってことじゃないかしら。
Besides, if we look at the gameplay as what's actually happening in reality, we have ways of keeping up with a 500 point dot.
そりゃありえるかもしれねえ。いや、悲観してもしょうがねえ。かけるならその可能性しかねえな。
ルリアが無事ならカタリナもラカムもミカちゃんも生きてるわよね。きっと。
mean, I don't know if Luria would be classified as okay, but alive,
隠れ
yeah.
世に行った状況は同じなんだし、もしかしたらみんな一緒に戻る方法を探してるかも。
That would be ideal if they were to actually do the thing in the other world that we
だ
needed
から
them
私
to
た
do.
ちは悲しんでいる場合じゃないわ。隔離世は遠くて近い場所とはいえ、この世界との溝は深い。ルリアちゃんたちが手を伸ばすなら、私たちも精一杯手を伸ばしてその手を掴んであげないとね。
Right, okay. Well, we gotta be ready for him. So we got stuff to do.
そっか、そうだよな。諦めるにはまだ早いよな。
とはいえ時間はねえ。命のリンクってのもいつ途切れるかわからねえしな。
So this is kind of off topic from what they're talking about, but I'm thinking about the map pieces.
ラカムには踊るが、ひとまず船は俺が動かす。
And you know how they said, how Mikaboshi said that the fourth one doesn't exist.
ここで俺たちがしくじるわけにはいかねえんだ。気合い入れていくぞ。
Rosetta was saying something about that doesn't add up, but we didn't get to see where she was going with that. But I think that the thing where she was going to go with that is Dad must have obtained all 4 map pieces here. Just logically speaking. Because we know that he traveled from, he has traveled between Nahlegrande and Fontagrande, which requires that we go through Nahlegrande. So he has to have had all 4 map pieces. No, not Kluger Island. Please, anywhere but Kluger Island. I just don't want to be here because I really don't want Zayn to speak to me ever again.
団長
Fairy? Am I seeing a ghost? Well, yes. She is literally a ghost. Hello. It's been a while.
よかった。間に合ったんだな。聞こえたんだ。団長の叫びが。すごく痛くて苦しい声が。もう大丈夫。大丈夫だからな。何も心配しなくていい。
It just reminds me, does the island where we found Celeste actually have a name? I don't think it does.
私も力になる。あの霧の島で団長が私を救ってくれたように。
Well, I do appreciate that.
なんで？どうしてフェリがここに？
あ、どこから説明したものかな。とにかく声が聞こえたんだ。おそらくは隔離を通して団長の声が。
Okay. That
隔離を通して
could make sense, yeah.
そう。みんなも知っての通り、私は幽霊だ。聖者であり、死者でもある。だから、失われたものの世界、隔離用の世界に、みんなよりも近い位置にいる。
Alright.
それで、団長は叫んだだろ？ルリアの名前を、隔離用につながる場所で。
So why are you here specifically?
おい、嘘だろ。
そうだ。その声が隔離を通して私に聞こえたんだ。隔離の世界では実際の距離より強い気持ちが影響するらしい。
Okay.
団長のルリアたちを思う気持ちが強いから私の耳に届いたんだ。
I suppose it's because there was a literal opening between the other world and the Sky Realm at that time. I could make that.
だけど
I could make
どう
that
やってここ
connection.
まで？今ナルグランデの空はそうやすやすと渡れる場所じゃないわ。
Yeah, but fairy is weird.
言ったろ？隔離よ。失われたものの世界では距離よりも強い気持ちが影響するって。つまり幽霊にとって距離なんてものはあってないようなものなんだ。
Like I don't even know if I don't even know if fairy would be affected by the Grim Basin.
確かな体を持たねえ幽霊だからこその芸当ってわけか。
Because she's not alive. It's bad for your body, but she doesn't have that.
まあでも私は純粋な幽霊じゃ
That
ないから
problem,
な。
at least.
今は体を貸してもらってるんだ。こんな風に。
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So she's doing some sort of projection.
どうなってんだこれ。フェリがモモに変身しちまったぞ。
No need to nitpick there.
いや、モモが私に変身しているんだ。話しているのは確かに私だけどな。なんていうか、私がモモに乗り移っているようなものだと思ってくれればいい。だから戦うことはできないけど、こうしている分にはほとんど普段と変わらない。
Okay. Well, let me say this.
すごい。そんなことできるんだ。
Let me say this right here. You've never been helpful in combat for us, so
あれ？
no problem.
でもなんでクルーガー島に？
Exactly. Why Kluger Island?
私たちがこっちに来たのは偶然みたいなものなんだけど。
Don't. It's gonna be Zayn, I'm sure. Just because that's the thing that would make me the most upset.
それはだな。ほら、幽霊にとっては距離や場所に関することが曖昧なんだ。
Okay.
それで少し位置を間違えたというか。
So she messed up the destination. That's fine.
ありがとう。そう言ってもらえると私も救われる。
But then what are you gonna do here?
とにかく私は団長たちを手助けするために来たんだ。状況は大体わかってる。その上で私には力になれることがある。
So she's saying she's here to help. Thanks, knowing the situation that here.
私は生と死
Power
の
will
狭間
be
に立つもの
helpful.
だから、閣僚からこちらの世界へ来るための目印になるみたいなんだ。
Yeah, she might be able to help us get back all the people that fell into the other world.
ルリアたちが閣僚から空へ戻るための道しるべになれる。私がルリアたちを導いてみせる。 ただ、私の存在だけじゃルリアたちを閣僚の世界から連れ帰ることはできない。
Right. You're gonna need
私は
more.
あくまで目印、道しるべであって引っ張る力はないからな。私が呼び寄せられるのはもともと生死の狭間にいた者、幽霊たちくらいだ。
そんな。
Hold on.
団長とルリアをつなぐ命のリンクのような強い縁が他にも必要だ。私が呼び寄せられるのはもともと生死の狭間にいた者、幽霊たちくらいだ。
This line is completely wrong. So she's saying that the ones that she's been able to call to herself have always been those who were between life and death. In other words, ghosts. So I don't know why. I don't know where this line came from. It doesn't make any sense.
団長とルリアをつなぐ互いに引っ張り合うようなかけら同士が元に戻ろうとするような力でもいい。
Hold on. Once again.
互いに引っ張り合うようなかけら同士が元に戻ろうとするような力でもいい。
Okay. This has also got a bunch of wrong stuff. Hold on. Let's do this one more time.
互いに引っ張り合うようなかけら同士が元に戻ろうとするような力でもいい。
Yeah, so some things that attack each other. That's the first line is relatively alright. He's also saying something. I believe that the second. Let's listen to it one more time. Get the second.
互いに引っ張り合うようなかけら同士が元に戻ろうとするような力でもいい。
Yeah, so fragments of a broken heart is really stupid. That it's not that. It's just fragments of something. The same fragments of the same thing that are trying to be returned to a whole. Yeah.
かけら？それならもしかすると
Skymat pieces?
確かにかけらはかけらだわな。それにもともと集める予定だったもんだ。一石二鳥ってのは助かるぜ。
けどよ、あいつ言ってたじゃねえか。4つ目のクーズのかけらはないって。
That can't be true.
ってことは全部は集まらねえってことだろ。それでも大丈夫なのか？
No. Here he comes.
そう悲観することはない。君たちは諦めなかった。逃げ出さなかった。道は進み続ける者の前にこそ開かれる。ここで君たちが立ち止まる理由など何一つないのだよ。
So what you're saying is nothing. You've said nothing. Used a lot of words to say it, but you said nothing. Anyway, let's keep going.
話は大まかに聞かせてもらった。出迎えが遅れて申し訳ない。このクルーガー島の長として謝罪しよう。何しろこのクルーガー島にも閣僚の住人が攻めてきているのだ。対応に追われていてね。
I just don't want to say anything. Yeah, no joke. I think that Zayn is my least favorite character in the entire game.
ねえマスター、さっきの話どういうこと？何か知ってることがあるの？
もちろんだとも。そもそも君たちは私に知恵と知識を求めてきたのだろう。
You've come here because I'm better than you.
私もそれにしっかりと応じよう。
Okay, hold on. As much as I hate talking about his lines. 1 second.
この空の危機だ。私もそれにしっかりと応じよう。
Yeah. So, the English translation makes this guy seem like he's incredibly self-centered. He's like, yes, the crisis requires my attention. But really this is actually 2 sentences. He's saying, these skies are in crisis. So, and then his, next line is like, so I will, respond to like your to you coming here to seek wisdom and knowledge. Anyway, continuing. Start of Sanctuary, sifting through long forgotten manuscripts. Alright, let's do it. Who wrote these? Like, what are we looking at?
やはりアンティキティラの演算にあった通りだが、ここにもしっかりと記述がある。4つ目の空図のかけらは確かに存在していたようだ。
そうね。おかしいとは思っていたの。あの人との旅の中で、私はナルグランデにはついていかなかったのだけれど。でもあの人は神王の力ではなく空図のかけらを使ってあらゆる区域を行き来していたわ。
Yeah, so he assembled all of the sky map bases.
そっか、確かに。
言われてみりゃ確かにそうだな。おい、空域図から考えりゃアウライグランデに行くにはこの空域の空図のかけらが必要になる。アウライグランデの神王が団長の親父さんと面識があることを考えりゃ、向こうからナルグランデやファータグランデに来ない限りそういう結論にならな。
I mean, regardless of what direction everything went in, right? We know that Dad was able to go all the way around. So.
でもミカちゃんの証言とは食い違うわ。
Well, that just means she's wrong.
ナルグランデ空域を統治していた星の民の言うことが間違っているとも思えないし。
No, what she said is she didn't place the fourth primal for the fourth piece.
間違ってはいないとも。ただ彼女は知らなかったようだ。星の民ミカボシがグレートウォールに封じられたのは白風戦争直前と聞いている。しかしこの記述によればその聖少獣が島に現れ契約を結んだのは白風戦争以後らしい。
You know, it took him like 3 lines to say what I said in one. That's part of why I don't like Zayn, man. He just keeps speaking and just filling his lines with nothing.
つまり何者かがミカボシに無断で4体目の聖少獣を
ナルグランデに置いたのだろ
う。それで、
Anyway,
その聖少獣はどの島にいるんだ？
I want to thank everybody for
契約していた島はシュテルケ島。かつてトリッド王国の首都として栄えた島だ。
I want to thank everybody for coming to my complaining about Zayn.
聖少獣は名をアレスと言い、闘争や争いを司る危険な聖少獣だったようだ。
Ares, huh? Okay. Well, unfortunately, that island was torched by the Great Wall. Maybe something's still around there, but we'd have to go take a look.
一ついいだろうか。
何かな？幽霊のお嬢さん。
さっきから気になっていたんだが、その聖少獣についてどうして全て過去形で話すんだ？
And Dad's journey would have happened over 5 years ago.
クーズのかけらについてもそうだ。存在していたというのは。
言葉通りの意味だ。非常に厄介な問題だがね。
おいおいおい、まだ何かあるってのか？
Well, clearly. I mean, I've already brought
4
it
体
up.
目の聖少獣も4つ目のクーズのかけらも確かに存在していた。
Yeah, we already knew that. You already talked about that.
しかし、そのどちらも今は失われてしまっている。
聖少獣が失われるってそんなことあるの？
That's technically
あると
possible.
も。君たちも知っているだろう。そんな驚異的な伝説を。そのまさかだ。グレートウォールによる天罰がシュテルケ島に下されるより以前、聖少獣アレスは完全に空の世界から姿を消してしまっている。
So that could
こんな
be.
事態を引き起こせるのは全空広しといえど
It is
一人しかいないだろ
Dad. Dad killed it.
まさかこいつの親父さんが？
Man, the more I hear about Dad, and then I think about the letter that he sent, the more I think he's just a dick. He's like, yeah, come get me on East Lucia. You'll need all the sky map pieces though, but I destroyed one of them. Oh my goodness, this guy. Here's another thing. If we hadn't ended up falling from the sky and going back to Grande via Ebisu, we wouldn't have been able to leave Nahlegrande because we couldn't get the 4th map piece. Like that's just mean. Anyway, continuing right along. Sinister. Yeah, I guess you could call it sinister. I'd more call it like smoky.
ここは
Foggy.
私何が？
It is odd.
そうだ、 私カタリナと一緒にあの黒い穴隔離用に押し込まれて、じゃあここが隔離用の世界？カタリナ、他のみんなは？
Okay, so this sentence is technically not saying anything wrong, but it's two sentences again. So she's saying, so I guess this is the other world, and she's kind of like trailing off. And then she is kind of panicked sounding when she is asking where Catalina and everyone else are. Just kind of, I think that the translated line there kind of misses the point. Here's a piece of trivia. Luria doesn't wear shoes. So, I wonder if it's okay to be walking around on this surface. It's not vast nothingness. We can see that there's pillars in the distance. Go touch one of those. You say it, so it's phrased like she said that a long time ago, but she only said it like, it was like 2 chapters. This flashback is literally from 2 chapters ago. I don't know why they translated it in the third person, but it's all good. It means the same thing, it's just why. You don't need to translate from, you know, first person stuff to third person, but you can, technically. This looks like an actual building of some sort with some kind of growth on it. Okay. Like, this is clearly not a natural structure. Like, you can see by the lines, they're way too straight and blocky. Hello. How you doing, guy? Well, guess that's it for Luria. She doesn't really have any ability to fight outside of summoning primals, so. If they're not gonna answer, then she can't do anything. So specifically, she's saying that she was able to use her power, but no one can answer. Victory conditions, I don't know. You know, that's fair. Can we actually do any of these? Yeah. Because these are primal related, so she can't actually do anything. Luria can't attack. Oh, I guess we just have to control buttons. We just keep failing.
どうしよう。どうしたら。
Fatal impact. It wasn't fatal. You're lying. I mean, there's definitely a barrier between the Sky Realm and the other world, regardless of anything else that's happened. So it could make sense that the primal beasts that are part of the Sky Realm, yeah, these four that have the island contracts aren't going to be able to answer, because the call might might not even reach them. What are you gonna do? By the way, this line here, she's just kind of repeating to herself, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? Why did I click on that? What do you do? I don't know. Run away. That's about all you can do. You're not a fighter. If you can't summon primals, you can't really do anything. Hello. That's a somewhat glowy sword. Neat. Speaking of armor, this isn't bad. I like it. The helmet is pretty simple, but you know, it's got some adornments on it. Plumed helmets are like not my favorite, but they're not bad. Continuing right along. I mean, you did get your life saved there. Makes some level of sense. Reach Island, Rem Kingdom. Alright, so it seems like there we're gonna be going after Ganesha. But for now, that's the end of this video. Gonna leave off, and next time we will continue with this. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're getting ever closer to that 132 mark. Three more videos. I've got the chapter numbers planned, so 3 more and we're gonna be there. What did we get for our fights today? Absolutely nothing. All right. So yeah. As much as I don't like the other world as like an antagonistic force, I do like this arc because it more portrays the other world as like a natural disaster here, right? Because Nahlegrande is in this state because some sort of natural disaster has happened, with the other world getting access to the gate, being able to kind of pour forth. yeah, it's kind of cool. It really does kind of give you that sense of dread, kind of omnipresent, and all the backgrounds having a modified form from when we were first here in Nahlegrande really does add to it. It's not like they're enormously modified or anything. There's just kind of some extra smoke, and the lighting is slightly different, but it is pretty cool. I do like it. Well, anyway, let's not spend too much time here in outro or anything. I don't really have too much more to talk about. We'll get more to talk about when we get toward to the end of this arc and actually get to like chapter 132. So yeah. Well, if you've watched all the way to the end, thanks for being here. If you haven't watched all the way to the end, but you just skipped here, also thanks for being here. I don't really care. That's a horrible thing to say. I do kind of care, but not really. Because I'll say it again. These are my records. But anyone who wants to share them with me, I appreciate that. Alright. Yeah, without further ado then. It's been Shadow SP. Signing out. Signing off. Signing something. Later.